And just like that, the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. When we last left off, we broke Adrian Andrews' psych locks, and now we're about to, I guess, can start the trial. Yay! I guess. I don't know. This is going to be intense, I imagine. Save the cleared stage data up to this point. Although probably not that intense, considering this is still the second case of the game, so I don't know. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You don't believe how many people are here for the trial! Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door! Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today! Detective Atme? I feel like I'm not doing the, Maya voice properly. Detective Atme? They say they're going to try him as mask to mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see mask to mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately. That's gotta be. Is that Pearl? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please don't ignore me! Oh, it's Ron Delight. Oh, Mr. Delight. Good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poo. You can't be poo, that's of course. Now let's see, according to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heist. Do you think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Why not? October 14th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. Oh, yeah, we're racing against, I guess, the mask-to-mask Luke Atme trial. Alright. Senor Godot is back. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hands. Yet again, but so does every prosecutor, it seems, in these games. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Huh. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes! Well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial, but the first one is always the best. Godot blade number 102? Mr. Godot? Your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts, Trite. All right then, Mr. Rondolite, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? What? No, that's not true. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Light already likes plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Bumped into my pop filter. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why'd you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening, around 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. That's it. 1 AM, the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Huh, it's bitter today, too, just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. My visit to KB Security. Alright, first and foremost, as per usual, we always save just before we start the cross-examination. Now, I was gonna say, yeah, you really couldn't tell if it was bitter by the way he's chugging it up. Honestly, Godot makes me want to drink black coffee, and I never drink black coffee because it tastes really bitter. But you know, if it's blacker than a moonless night and hotter and more bitter than hell itself, then it must be good, right? One of these days I feel like Godot's gonna turn me into a black coffee drinker, who knows. That evening, around 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Bullet in his office at KB Security. 1 AM, huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 AM? That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullet, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? Okay, let's press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring 50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mudskipper in outer space had a better chance of surviving than I do. Alright, we'll save this one for last and go to the last one first. Save this one for last and go to the last one first. Interesting. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Life after being fired. Why he was fired. Okay, we're not gonna do anything just yet. Okay, well, actually, life after being fired, sure. What did you do after being fired from KB Security? I spent a lot of time looking for work, but then I decided I wanted to start something myself. Not good. This is going from bad to worse. So I started looking at books, TV, and movies, learning all I could about masked men. Masked men? So you wanted to try drawing a comic, right? About masked men? No, that's not right. I wanted to become... Your Honor, let's move along, shall we? But you asked the question! You're being quite odd today, Mr. Wright. Way to bring the spinning bus on, but a notch closer to your own neck, Ace Attorney. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullet at his office at KV Security. Okay, we're gonna go to the last one again and press the other one, because, okay, the blackmail thread didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me any trouble or anything. We're gonna press that last. I want to do this first. Get all the information that we can first. You used to be a KV Security, yes, okay. You a chief, yeah, okay, revenge, okay. Why he was fired. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then take it. Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullet found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes. I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Alright. Now, he fired me for selling company data, but Desi doesn't know about that. Now I believe it's time for us to press this one. The blackmail thread didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask and mask thing. I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was mask to mask, but you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yes, he would. Sure. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble. Should we save? No, let's not save. If your identity as company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do bullying your own client? Huh. Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right! Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. We're not gonna say just yet. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? Ron's testimony, sacred urn. Okay. Let's look at Ron's testimony. From the mass second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters, but wanted to keep his data stealing secret going from public. The buzzer went off. Okay, that's not going to do anything. Found the table at the crime scene. Touch the check button for details. Okay, that doesn't do anything for me. Go to the basement security office. Out of the first heist, guard photos. Run to light. Touch check button for details. I don't think it's going to do anything for us just yet. Kane's autopsy report. Time of death, 10:12 at 1 a.m. Caused cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head. Found the shadow. Shot of mask to mask. Okay. CO office. Found Ron's wallet. No. Found cave security building at... Okay. Written fountain pen. Found in Ron's room. Touch the check button for details. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to cave security. If you don't, I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead. That? Would that be it? Security camera photo. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. Maybe that might be somewhat related, like the red diamond. Sure. I guess we'll go with that. Like, I can't really think of anything else. Let's just use a blackmail letter. Nope. Ha! Well, Mr. Defendant. You heard the defendant. When I thought it wasn't possible, a whole new level of irritation rises before me. It looks like the defense was just playing with himself. Alright. Do you think you could rephrase that, Your Honor? For my sake? Well, let's get back to the testimony, shall we? I've been working for cave security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. He fired me for stealing company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Okay, let's go ahead and press this first. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Well, actually, let me check Ron's whatchamacallit. Let's go to profiles. Claims he has master mask, used to work as a guard for KB security. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer. Okay, we've already seen this, so I don't know. I'm reading it again. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard and his office. The black letter I got, it ordered me to go there. Michael thread didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me any trouble. I've been working for KB Security until 1 year ago, so I knew where his office was. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Okay. Let's just go back here. The blackmail letter thread didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Okay, let's go ahead and press this. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail... Okay, yeah. Objection. What happens if we say no, like it's not important? Will it just cause us to back out? Okay. What is it, Nick? The fact, Ron... Okay, so, not especially. Nah, I guess not. But didn't you just say he might? Always avoid unpleasant or inconvenient facts. That's one of my rules. Don't try to get out of this by acting all cool. Okay. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Okay, so he fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. I think we need to present evidence, right? For the blackmail thread didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Yes, please. I feel like this is what we need to present evidence for. Hopefully I'm right, who knows. From save point. The blackmail thread didn't scare me, it wasn't going to cause me any trouble or anything. I wonder what would happen if we tried presenting the blackmail thread letter itself. Are you sure? Let's go ahead and present it. No, it doesn't. Okay. The witness's statement is clearly false. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I'll have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. I must be on the wrong track? Clearly you are. But anyway, we're on the wrong track and awkward pause and whatnot, so yeah. Yep.